That was pure magic. And Andrea, thank you so much.
Thank you
so much. Now,
Sorry.
now, come on, Gavin. And Gavin snuck in there on backing vocals and co-writer of the song.
It's a great song.
It's a fantastic song. When you were asked to sing it, what was your reaction?
Oh, I was thrilled. I mean, I saw the film with Gavin and Bono, a screening of it, and I was so moved by it. I actually was crying for about 20 minutes afterwards. I couldn't go and see anybody, but so, you know, the whole story of it being family and everything, I think it's nostalgic for everybody, and really refreshing to see a movie made on real life, not with sensationalist, not explosives going off everywhere, but the real drama.
Yeah.
What's really interesting. And so I think it was an honor then, I mean, to sing the song that Gavin and Morris and Bono wrote for it. So
yeah, it's extraordinary when you're in the cinema, and I suspect in the big cinemas when there are hundreds of people there that no one's going to move either, because most people have to compose themselves, really, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's so moving. Did it have resonances for you in your own family?
Yes, oh, absolutely, strongly, it did. And I suppose that Jim, you're very brave. I suppose you're more brave than I am to go on and expose it right now. But of course, I think it will resonate with every family, as I did say. I mean, heartache, trying to just get on with things, get through them because you have to. Your family. I think there aren't people around that aren't going to go through that and haven't gone through it, and you know, so in that way, yes, it does relate.
My mother was from Dundalk, you know, and so.
Well, mine wasn't.
Yeah, I know. I love the accent, so it was one of the things I want to kind of say about my mother was that when she was born, her mother died, giving birth to her. So when I was the eldest, you know, that's kind of one of the reasons I think that she was, you know...
So fixed on you.
Yeah, it was like, I asked her. I mean, it's a pretty odd thing to do. I did ask my mother, you know, was she scared when she was pregnant, and she said she was terrified and she thought she was going to die, but then...
Because her mother had died giving birth to her.
And it was like an exorcism.
Once you came out, then the way was clear for the rest of them.
Yeah. But
so that's why you were the apple of her eye. You were the miracle baby.
I think so. I think, you know, it was something to do with that. I mean, the only other thing I wanted to, because all my aunts and one of my uncles, Paddy, is here, and you know, I did ask my dad what it was like when Frankie died, you know, and he said I had to build cells against tragedy. You know, and it happens to a lot of people. It's almost impossible to get over, and there's one man up here who's an old friend of mine, Ger O'Leary. He's sitting in about the 6th row, and he had a son, Dermot, who, you know, died in a fire. So just to say that I know it'll mean a bit to Ger to say that. So
yeah. You co-wrote the song with Morris and Bono. It's just a wonderful song.
Thank you,
Gavin.
Well, what a vocal! I mean, Andrea, there was 2 takes. She got the song, and myself, Bono, and Andrea had been talking about it, and there was in the toilet in Drumcondra in our little studio.
That's where you recorded it?
Yeah,
in the toilet?
In the toilet, yeah. In tiles, echo, voice, you know.
Yeah.
But one take where she got to learn it, and then second take, and that what you hear in the movie is like the second take.
Yeah.
There's no messing with this lady, you know.
No, just tonight.
But it's obviously in the movie so sincerely felt, the singing of the song. How far back with Jim do you go, Gavin?
Like Edge and Bono were saying, the days of the project. Myself, I used to be in a band with Googie called the Virgin Prunes, and we were a little more extraordinary visually than
you were, yeah.
You two were, and nobody would put the Virgin Prunes on because we used to do lewd things on stage, but Jim Sheridan did. Yeah. And then 10 years ago, he approached me and Morris and Bono to compose some songs for In the Name of the Father. which we wrote in the name of the Father and Thief of Your Heart. And it was about a year and a half after that, and this is where you're talking about horses and gambling, where Jim is a gambler. He comes up to myself and Morris and says, I want yous to write the score. We got 40 million for the boxer, right? But I want you and Morris to do the score. And if Hollywood doesn't like, I'll pay us anyway. So it's like, you know,
that's again this
it's
thing
a gamble,
loyalty.
and we've done everything with him in the last 10 years. I'm proud to.
And have you been now sucked into this Sheridan web?
Oh yes.
Willingly?
Yes.
What's next on the agenda for you, Gavin?
For me?
Yeah.
I'd love to be a count. Count Friday. Wouldn't that be nice?
Especially tonight.
Like, you know, yeah, Count Friday.
I'll speak to the Pope about it.
Will you,
He might be able to do
please?
something
Or I'll
for
ask
you.
Bono to talk to the Pope. Look,
I want to thank you both for coming in. I know you're almost at the end of the show and it's kind of hard hanging around waiting to do the song, but you certainly did Gavin's song justice. Andrea, thank you very much.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
We're almost at the end, Jim. And it's probably been sort of painful for you listening to all those people saying nice things about you.
Well, that's great. Thanks. I appreciate it, Pat. The show was fantastic. I feel very honoured. I now know what it's like to be Mannix Flynn because I did a show about Mannix, which Peter and Mannix wrote, and his life was exposed. He was only about, what, 18, Mannix?
19.
19. And that guy is a miracle to come out of all the stuff he came out of. His last show was fantastic. It was an amazing performance. He's just one of the guys I'm glad I've known.
Yeah. Well, look, we racked our brains to try and think of some little token of tonight to get you. We thought long and hard, and we've come up with something which I hope you like. Excuse me just a second, I'll be back in a minute. Just speak among yourselves just for a moment.
God, what's this going to be?
Don't know.
Okay.
They're probably bringing Sheriff Street into RTA or something like that.
Okay, well, this is the Late Late Show. I'm glad you all could
on.
come. Oh, my God.
Come on, let's go, come on.
My God, the poor thing. He's the same colour as Vinnie Rowe.
All right, let me tell you, Jim.
Wow.
This
Amazing.
is a dog called, now you can change the name if you want, Lethal Finisher is the dog's name. And it's got a very good heritage because the ma, the dam, is Mosley Joe. Does that mean anything to you? Mosley Joe, sister of Droopy's Cule.
Oh, Jupy's, yeah.
Okay, but the best part about him is that his sire is he's now a proven sire because one of his progeny won a race this week in Kilkenny. And the dad's name is The Late Late Show.
Yes. He was fantastic, wasn't he?
So this dog is ready to race in your
Wow,
colours
that's
whenever you're ready.
fantastic.
So I only hope that you enjoy
Thank you.
this.
Oh, my God, it's great. Thank
All
you.
right.
Welcome into the family.
So good dog, good
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
Lethal finish, but you can call it what you like.
All right.
Okay, Jim, thanks a million for
Thank
being with
you.
us tonight. We've almost come to the end of the show. I hope you all enjoyed it. We're going to leave you tonight with John Sheridan's outfit, John's band. They're called the Long John Jump Band, and they're going to do the Mavericks hit Dance the Night Away. From all of us here, hope you enjoy the show. Good night, good night. Good night. Yeah.